because the Rockets lost that night. And so they were questioned later, why were you so upset that, the Rockets lost? That's kind of a common thing. If they play, they're going to lose sometime. Well, the parents responded that this was the first time that he had lost. This was his first loss. Upon investigation, what was happening was Elijah Wan was sending only the DVDs home of when they won. So his parents never saw a losing game except when they were in person. I think that's why we're here this week. We're here these couple of days as a collective body to say that the leaders have sent home the winning DVDs, and no one has acknowledged that there's a war and that there are some times we're not losing, but there are hits that we need to examine. There are things that are taking place in the body that need to be brought out, that somebody needs to talk about, things that may not be as upbeat as the ones that were sent home on the DVD, but the ones that matter because it still involves lives. So I went to bed one night and woke up the next morning. And as I began to move throughout that morning, I felt very uncomfortable. I said, it's as if there was a shift last night and I'm lost. I don't know where we are. I don't know where things are. And began to fellowship with Father. I believe the Holy Spirit said to me, yes, there was a shift, but not last night. That shift took place some time ago, but church leadership is so busy that they hadn't noticed. And so my impression was that I needed to press into God to see where this change was, where this shift was, so that I could begin telling the people I'm responsible for. I'm going to use this phrase very heavily during this meeting, sphere of influence. So you might as well go ahead and put that down, because I'm going to use it heavy. Sphere of influence, because I really believe that we need to narrow the scope of our responsibility so that we can become more effective in what we're doing. And the Lord gave me and my brothers the assignment for unity in the body, sphere of influence, within our sphere of influence. And so what we're wanting to do this week in New York, New Jersey, and what we want to do in Miami, Florida, what we want to do in Louisiana is infect others' sphere of influence. We want to join and connect other spheres of influence. The deceit about where we are, listen to me when I say deceit. Is it possible that we can point out a problem without pointing to blame? Is it possible that we can just say we are lost? We're on the right path, but everybody else is off. It didn't happen with the prophets. They weren't even, many of them weren't even old. So at some point, if we're going to find solutions, we're going to have to get in there and mix it up with that and say, they have some idea, but identifying with everybody who don't is going to help us find answers for everybody. Because I'm not interested in just being found myself. I want my brothers and sisters in the body to be found. I want them to know their way. I don't want us just to be out there saying, well, we have it, we have the answer. I worked hard to understand algebra and was struggling with it. I was getting some of it, but I struggled with it. And a friend of mine saw my struggle and my pain and said to me, Earl, the answers are in the back of the book. I went to the back of the book, and sure enough, my friend was faithful. I thanked him. I put down the answers, and I turned my paper in. My teacher says, Earl, I'd like for you to stay after class. When I stayed after class, she said, I'm telling you, this is excellent. You did not miss one problem. You're doing well. Now tell me how you got. I don't want to be right. I don't want to be the one who touts that, oh boy, we've got it together. I want to know how. I want to go through the problem process. I want to go through what's necessary for us to know where we are.